before humanity looked beyond its own world, before the solar system felt small, Mars was simply the next destination, a distant world of dust, stone, and possibility, and humanity was determined to reach it. For thousands of years, humanity moved toward the horizon, across deserts, across oceans, across continents. Every frontier that once seemed impossible eventually became ordinary. The unknown became the known. The distant became the familiar. Each generation inherited a world larger than the one before it, until eventually only one frontier remained: the sky. By the middle of the 21st century, Earth had entered a new era. The world's problems had not disappeared. Wars still happened. Governments still argued. Economic crises still emerged. But civilization was no longer living from one emergency to the next. For the first time in generations, humanity had room to think beyond survival. Energy was abundant. Advanced reactors powered cities. Orbital infrastructure expanded year after year. Research stations, manufacturing platforms, and transport hubs surrounded the planet. Artificial intelligence helped coordinate systems too large and complex for any single organization to manage alone. Humanity had not become perfect, but it had become stable, and stability created something rare: opportunity. The question was no longer whether humanity could endure. The question was, what came next? The answer was Mars. Not because Earth was dying, not because humanity was desperate, but because for the first time, reaching another world no longer belonged to science fiction. It belonged to engineers, to launch crews, to planners studying orbital trajectories and supply manifests, to thousands of people turning an impossible dream into a construction project. The first settlers were not refugees. They were volunteers, engineers, scientists, builders, farmers, pilots, people willing to leave behind one world to help create another, a permanent human civilization beyond Earth. The journey remained difficult. Mars was not close. Millions of kilometers separated the two worlds. Every kilogram of cargo mattered. Every mission required years of planning. Every mistake carried consequences measured not in minutes, but in months. Yet the ships kept coming. Launch after launch, crew after crew. Construction materials, life support systems, greenhouse modules. Everything required to build a civilization from nothing. The first habitats were small, inflatable structures protected beneath layers of Martian soil. Simple shelters designed to survive an environment that seemed determined to kill them. Outside, temperatures plunged far below freezing. Dust storms swept across the landscape. Radiation from space bombarded the surface. The atmosphere was too thin to breathe, too thin to protect, too thin to forgive mistakes. Mars was hostile. But hostility was not the same thing as impossibility, and humanity had spent its entire history turning impossible things into ordinary ones. The colony grew, slowly, then steadily, then faster than anyone had predicted. New habitats appeared. Power stations expanded. Water extraction facilities increased production. Greenhouses transformed barren ground into carefully controlled ecosystems. Food no longer arrived exclusively from Earth. Some of it was grown locally, then most of it, then almost all of it. What began as an outpost became a settlement, then a community, then something more, a city. Children were born on Mars, the first generation in human history to open their eyes beneath a different sky. For them, Earth was not home. Earth was where their parents came from, a distant blue world hanging in the night, beautiful, familiar, and impossibly far away. As the colony expanded, so did its ambitions. Mining operations pushed farther into the surrounding terrain. Research stations explored ancient geological formations. New transportation networks connected distant settlements. The dream of becoming a multi-world civilization no longer felt theoretical. It felt inevitable. Humanity had crossed the void and survived.